Welcome back. So in this video, we're going to add to our cookie clicker game. We're going to start to keep track of the points every time the user clicked on the cookie. So the first thing I need to do is make my variables. So up until this point, I could get by with just hard coding some numbers. I could have made variables to make things a little bit more flexible, and that's maybe something I could do toward the end. But in the meantime, I'm good where I need to be. But once I have points, now I really do need variables here to be able to keep track of those points that are changing. So at the top of my code, I'm going to say let score equal 0 is the default value. Right? They haven't earned anything until they've actually done something. So then I want to be able to see the score in some way. So I'm going to go back into the draw function. And I'm going to use the text function here. So I'm going to write a little comment that says display score. Then I'm going to use the text function here. The three parameters are what I want to see, the x position, and then the y position. So what I want to see is score. And then the x position, I want to be at 0. And then the y position, I kind of want it to be at 0, but actually I know that I'm going to want to move it down just a little bit. So let's try 20. And I think it would actually look good to change that x position to be 20 as well, so that it's moved just a little bit out from the corner. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so we are able to see it. So yeah, I think that looks fine. Now I actually want to see a message that says the word score, colon, space, and then the score itself. So instead of just typing the variable here, I want to do a mix of letters and the variable score. Now notice if I put this in quotes by itself, then it's going to give me exactly that. It's going to give me the word score, but it's not going to show me the 0. All right? I want it to show me both the word score and whatever the score happens to be. So I'm going to format this kind of the way I want it. And then I can't type in what the score is right here because I don't know that in this moment. It all depends on what the user is doing. So at the end of this string then, I'm going to type the variable name score. And now I need to do something to push these things together. So I use the plus sign. Right? So this will give me phrase score colon and then whatever the score happens to be. And because this second score is not in quotes, it's a variable, it's possible for it to be changed. And I'll just capitalize this as too on that. Notice not the other one, because it's a variable name. I need to keep the capitalization exactly the same. But I wanted to see a capital S inside of my text, inside of my string here, so I did that. All right, so how can we actually get the score to change? Well, we've already identified if the user has clicked inside the circle. All right, with this mouse clicked function, that just gets us in the moment when they've clicked. So we know they've clicked somewhere. So our if statement determined if the distance between the mouse pointer and the center of the circle was small enough, less than the radius of the circle, then that means you're inside of it. So we were able to identify that they clicked. So I'll keep that there. But what do I want to do in addition to doing a console.log? I want to take the score variable and I want to increase it. So I could very simply just say score plus plus, right? So that will increase it by 1 every time. So I'll leave it that way. I will change it in the future to be able to do something a little bit different. But for now, that's good. So let's see what this is. Right, so if I click on the outside, nothing's happening, which is good. If I click on the circle, my console.log is happening, and I'm actually getting my score to change. All right, now do notice that every time we run the program, the score sets back to 0. These variables only live as long as the program is running. but we have gotten our points in. Right? So in the next video, we're going to take a look at getting the cookie to look just a little bit different every time we click on it, getting it to crumble almost, and then we'll also add in doing like a points per click